Hello from Boise, Idaho. My name is Dr. Heather Wenzler, and I'm a Microsoft Learning Consultant and the owner of Wenzler Education Consulting. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will provide my contact info at the conclusion of today's video, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, I appreciate your time, so let's get started. All right, so there's a new feature in Teams meeting chats. Now I'm in the desktop app and it hasn't rolled out yet, but it is coming very soon. So in my chat, let me zoom in here if I can. And in my chat, notice that there is a brand new icon, and this is for live components. So this is for live editing of various types of notes right within the meeting chat. Once we create the live component, everybody in the meeting is able to contribute, and you can see who has done the contribution. So I'm going to click on this icon at the bottom for this live component. And there's a few different things that you can insert. So a bulleted list or a checklist or a numbered list. You can even insert a full paragraph. So this would be great if you needed to, if you wanted some editing practice, for example. So if you are an English teacher and you wanted your students to work together collaboratively to edit a paragraph, for example, or to add to a paragraph, add to a story, you can insert the paragraph. You can also insert a table so that everybody is able to add data into that table. Great for collecting data from the group inside the meeting. You can even insert a task list, and it's going to sync online, and then you can simply give your task list a title. You can assign the different tasks to different people, give it a name, and then assign it to people. So I'm going to call this one demo. And then I'm just going to click over into the assignee, and then I can assign it to that person. It, of course, shows up in the conversations bar when I click send, and then we are able to work together. So here I've created a task list, and my colleague has added to it live. Even though he's not in the meeting, he still has access to the chat, and so he's adding to my tasks, or our tasks. So notice again, just like any other message, I have my reaction bar and I have my ellipses. If I click on the ellipses, I can reply to the message, save the message, delete, mark as unread. I can share this task list to Outlook, but here's the big one, at least for task lists are concerned, within our meeting chat. If I hover over more actions, I can create a task, and it's going to add this to my task list in Teams, my tasks by planner and to do. So I can add information, I can create it in my tasks, give it a priority, I can give it a due date, and then the link over to the task is here so that I can see it at a later time. So I'm going to click Add Task, and it's now going to be in my tasks by planner and to do. And here I am. I've gone back into my regular Teams. I have tasks by planner and to do added on my knee side, my left rail. I click into tasks, and there's my task. I simply click the link, and it's going to take me to tasks, and I can see who assigned it or who it's assigned to and the due date. So great way to connect with students to make sure that everybody's on the same page with who needs to complete which parts of an assignment. Great for group work, great for collaboration. Another important piece to keep in mind is that you can send these tools, these live components, out to people outside of the Teams meeting. So this is great if the people who need to work on these assignments or these tasks, these checklist items, whatever it is, great way to make sure that even if they're not in the meeting, they still have access and can know what they need to do and get it done. So I've just created a blank checklist. I've called it "This is a Checklist." And up at the top, it says people in, and there's a drop down arrow. It's really hard to see. It's very small. But if I click where it says people in ... then I can choose to whom I am sharing this checklist. So again, just like any other M365 document, I can choose my sharing level and level of access. So if I choose specific people, I can I can type their names in and send it to those specific people. I could only limit it to people currently in the meeting chat, not necessarily in the live meeting, but in the chat, or anybody in the organization, or anybody in the world for that matter. So I'm not limited to keeping something here within the meeting. And if they're not in the meeting, oh, well, no. I can send this information, I can send this out to people who were not in the attendance of the meeting. And that's the same regardless of what type of live component I am adding. So again, I can just click the people in ... and I can choose that level of sharing for that particular live component. You might be thinking, okay, well, this is kind of small. What if I want to see these tasks or this paragraph or this checklist or bulleted list, whatever live component it is? What if I want to see it larger so that I can actually edit it, not necessarily stay within this Teams meeting chat? That's all right. All I have to do is click where it says, in this case, it's a live paragraph, or where it says tasks. Again, that blue underlined means it's a link. So if I click on live, it's going to open in my web browser, and I can edit this paragraph in full screen mode. And you can see here that my colleague is inside this paragraph because he was in the meeting. He has this file open, so we could be working together. We can also add additional collaborators. If we forgot to include somebody in the meeting, we can add them directly. And that's the same with tasks as well. So again, I see who's live inside my tasks list, and I can add additional people as needed and add them as assignees. So great tool again, simple to use. And finally, what I can do, assuming that the person maybe is not going to be in the meeting, I can copy a link directly to the live component and post that link in my Teams channel. I could post it in an email if I'm using email, wherever I need to post the link. Once I've sent the live component into the meeting, there is a copy link button. So I can copy the link and I can post the link to this. In this case, this is a list of tasks. I could copy the link to this task and I could send it to somebody else. I could post it in a private chat. Again, I could post it in a Teams channel. If we're using Canvas or Blackboard or another LMS, I can post that link so that the people who were not able to be in the meeting with us or in the meeting chat with us are able to access. And it doesn't matter what type of live component. Here's a paragraph, a live paragraph. I can copy the link to that paragraph and include others who were not in the meeting. Thank you so much again for joining today. As promised, my contact information is up on the screen. If you do find yourself in need of support, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help in whatever way you need. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And again, thank you. Cheers.